and it's random tonight, and it's random because I never know where it's going to go. But until I know where it is going to go, and I don't know where it's going to go, let's do some energy. Let's raise your vibration, and I will help you to do that. So, my friend, the longer you watch this, the better you will feel. And that is the way that we roll, and that is the way that this live is energized today. So, without further ado, slow down your breathing, my friend, because as you listen to this, you may as well increase your energy, which is what I do, what I help people to do. So, slow down your breathing because your breathing controls your mood, and you can naturally feel better by slowing down your breathing. Now, you're going to ground yourself. So, if you've got a way of grounding, do that. If you don't, just imagine a ball of light at the center of the earth, connecting to the base of your spine. And as you slow down your breathing and you stay grounded, that, my friends, is the foundation to all energy work. You always start with grounding, and I always like to remind people to slow down their breathing. Now we're going to amplify it. We're going to amplify our energy. You're going to imagine a ball of light above your head and just light coming through you. Now, the beauty of energy is you don't have to believe in it for it to work. You just need to listen and follow the instructions. And you don't even have to visualize what's happening. You just have to follow the instructions because energy follows thought. And it is that simple, my friends. It is that simple. That is how energy works. So, what we decide to think about, what we choose to think about, we energize. And that is the way that we roll. So when we do stuff like this, we never know who's going to jump on. I never know who's going to jump on. I never know who's going to listen to it. I've got no idea. And that is the part of the live factor. Because I think whatever it is you do in life, if you're not able to do it live, then you probably need to work on it. So this is part of me stretching myself because I never know who's going to turn up on these. I never know who's going to show up. I never know who's going to turn up. And I never know what's going to be said. And quite frankly, I've had some very interesting lives and some interesting comments on my time on here. So it's always fun. And I have got Kamajit on. Hello, self. Well, hello, self. How are you, my friend? Hello, Allah. Hello, Father. Well, I have definitely got the top class quality comments are coming on straight away from Kamajit, and Ramu says hi. Oh, Kamajit says hello, as well. We can do I like it. Kamajit says your body is your ego universe. Well, fair play. Can't argue with that. You can't argue with that, fellas. Kamajit says home. Ramu says hello. Hello, Ramu. Nice to have you here. Akuta is here and says hi. Hello, Akuta. Thanks for joining us. Thank you for joining me, my Jedi friends, on this little random live. Well, that certainly started sparking up very quickly. 1 minute I was staring at a stream and it was telling me that no one's here, and now it's telling me there's 23 of you here, all jumping online. So it's quickly. Things change quickly in the world of YouTube lives, don't they? Don't they just? Kamajit says, you are truth, but you need to realize with knowledge, and then there's a little star at the end of it. You are not that animal body. Why, thank you, Kamajit. It's really good to know that I'm not really my body. It's just completely random. And Joe has entered the building. Let's see. Hello. I just had to swap a rolled track on a J. Well, fair play to you, Joe. I mean, you can't argue with that. Sounds like you're having a very interesting time, my Jedi friend. Fair play to you. You are in touch with the with the higher planes of energy, no doubt. No doubt. Kamajit's back. You are not what you think. Well, there you go. Whatever you say, Kamajit. You're certainly coming at it tonight, my Jedi friend, aren't you? You're throwing them out there, these little gems. I've got Plum Gum on the line saying, can I ask you a weird question? Well, you just did, Plum Gum. So there you go. Kamajit is back. Jesus realized, Gautam realized, Mahavir realized. Well, we're certainly we're down a rabbit hole with Kamajit. He's coming in thick and fast tonight. What about you? Says Kamajit. Well, I don't know what to say to that, Cameron. It seems like you're on a roll. Maybe you're the one that should be doing the live. You've certainly dominated the chat so far, and kudos to you. Because if you don't jump on, you'll never know, will you? So let's have a look. You need truth, not stories. Cameron, I've got no idea what you are talking about, my Jedi friend, but I will just nod and say, okay, I shall respect your model of the world and say yes. Say yes. Joe is back. Sorry, got that post wrong. A track on a JCB 8014. Hell if job, they have a mechanical ram tensioner as opposed to a grease ram. Well, Joe, if you're talking about grease rams, all I can wish you, my friend, is the very best of luck with that. Camajit's back. You have to know, to control that animal, you must control the animal. Control it, folks. Control it. Only one purpose. Know your truth. Camajit's really, he's taken over tonight. I've got Ian on the line saying hi. Hi, Ian. Nice to have you here, my Jedi friend. I've got Satheo saying hi. Well, hi to you, Satheo. Thanks for joining us. I've got Plum Gum back. The weird question. Would you mix coffee and orange juice for 100 American dollars? That is a weird question, Plum Gum. But I mean, for 100 American dollars, I'm sure I would be able to tolerate the strange sensation of that mix. But under normal circumstances, I would not even think about mixing those two up. I just wonder, have you ever mixed coffee and orange juice? I'm wondering why you're asking this question. That is definitely from the left. That is a left field question. You got me there, my Jedi friend. Kamajit, you will kill. You will kill. And I'm seeing animal emojis because you identify yourself as a body. Well, in actual fact, Kamajit, I can tell you straight up, you are wrong about that, my Jedi friend, because I am a vegetarian, so I don't kill any animals. So you are making wild assumptions there. You may kill them because you don't identify yourself as a body. If that's how you justify it, then good luck to you, my friend. Satheo is back. I'm new. Well, hello, Satheo. You're very welcome. You are very welcome on this stream, my friend. Plum gum or £1 plum gum. Well, it would cost more than that for the coffee or the orange juice plum gum. So that would be completely pointless, wouldn't it? So Ian says TYSM. Unfortunately, I'm not keyed up into knowing what that is, but I'll take your word for it. Satheo, you got a sub. Well, thank you, Satheo. So already I've won. I've won on this live stream. I've got a new sub. Well, thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. I do appreciate it, especially because we haven't really done much except randomly chat, randomly read out messages so far. I could be anyone, could be just some rando. Let's see. Kamajit is back. Nope, you're not evil. You're controller of that evil. Well, Kamajit, whatever you say, my Jedi friend, if you are the controller of your evil, then good luck to you. I hope you're able to control it, is what I would say. Ian, how old are you? Ian, why does that matter? Answer me that question and I will answer your original. So, Satheo, 100 is better. Well, Satheo, 100 is always better than a single pound, would you not think? Of course. Of course. Kamajit, you are everywhere, in everybody, but you are nothing. That's why it's called God. Well, Kamajit, I will say one thing. Whatever you're taking tonight, I would definitely try some of that. There you go. I would take some as a pure experiment. We could be down the ayahuasca route here. It's getting interesting. So Theo's got a smiley face with tears coming out of his eyes. Kamajit, milk? Question mark. Well, whatever you're into, Kamajit. If that's what you're into, then you go for it. Up the Wars TV is here. Hi. Well, hi, Up the Wars TV. Welcome to the stream. So Theo, thanks. Well, thanks to you. So you're either starting a war or you're Irish, Sir Theo. You're thanking me with an Irish accent, or you're about to get the platoon. Get the platoon in. Plum Gum, I will subscribe because you're kind of funny. Well, thank you, Plum Gum. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Up the Wars TV. Hello, Adam. Well, hello, Up the Wars TV. Welcome back, my Jedi friend. Welcome back. Sir Theo, are you British or American? Now, if you have to ask that, Sir Theo, it tells me that you are probably American. Because there is no way that anyone over here would confuse this accent with an American one. So there you go. Joe, hey, forgot to ask before. Is it okay to ask a question regarding metal detecting meetings in the UK? You go for it, Joe. You know, if you want to detect a bit of metal, you go for it, my friend. So Theo, I meant thanks. I thought you did, Sir Theo. Well, if you were Irish, you'd probably say tanks. Like my Irish friends do. Tanks a lot. Up the Wars TV. What time is it for you? Well, that's a good question. What time is it? It's about 20 to 8 here, Up the Wars TV. And speaking of TV, like in around about 20 minutes, it's the Champions League and Liverpool are playing tonight. So unless this is really, really stimulating, I will be jumping off round about then. Speaking of TV, it seems very appropriate. Sir Theo, no. Sir Theo, British, really? Well, my friend, how would you mistake my accent for an American one? I ask myself this question. Sir Theo, I support Man United. Well, you won't be watching any football tonight then, will you, Sir Theo? Now, I'm old enough, someone asked me my age, I'm old enough to know when Liverpool were great before the Man United resurgence under Sir Alex Ferguson, and I stuck with them for the 30 years while Man United were brilliant and Liverpool were rubbish. But now we have very much switched roles and it's Man United's turn to be mediocre. And that must be very frustrating for the Man United fans, I would understand. Because I had to experience 30 years of not winning the Premiership. Up the Wars TV. It's 20 minutes to 8 a.m. for me. Well, fair play, Up the Wars TV. Where are you? You must be in Australia or somewhere like that. Whereabouts are you? 20 minutes to 8. Well, you're up early. Are you off to work, are you, my friend? What are you doing? Sir Theo, smiley face. Joe, hey, at a detecting meeting, all fines are displayed on the fines table. My question is, if you find a table, would the fines be displayed on the table or the original one? I've got no idea what you're asking me there, Joe. Let me reread that question and see if I can make sense of it. Hey, at detecting meeting, all fines are displayed on a fines table. My question is, if you find a fines table, would the fines be displayed on the table or the original one? Well, Joe, you've got me there. You've got me there. Good luck detecting the fines table. And if you find it, then good luck and let me know. Let me know how you get on. What have you detected and what did you find? What did you find, my Jedi friends? I hope it wasn't a landmine or anything like that, because you wouldn't be putting that on a fines table, would you? Unless there was someone on that table that you really didn't like. So, Plum Gum is back. I'm American, and you sound kind of American, but an American from 100 years ago. If you go back 200 years, all Americans would have sounded like this, Plum Gum. Back in the beginning. Let's see. So Theo, it definitely switched. Let's see. Up the Wires TV. I'm in New Zealand and I'm 12 years old. Well, fair play to you, Up the Wires TV. Fair play to you. You Kiwi. We've got a Kiwi in the house. Look at that. We've gone multinational. Isn't it great that we can do these little lives? We've got people from all over the planet. So my sister married a Kiwi. They're no longer married. That didn't quite work out, but I did have the Kiwi in-laws in the house for a while. So know a little bit about that. Know a little bit about it. Sounds like a nice part of the world. So Joe says, hey, do you think that concerns of the found table being looked are well founded or not? Well, that's a good question, Joe. I think what we have to go back to here, though, is the your original quote of what you're actually smoking at the moment. I think that may be affecting your typing skills, my Jedi friend. But it definitely feels like you're smoking some seriously good stuff. I mean, I'd say what, Purple Sensor Miller or something like that, maybe, or Super Skunk, possibly hydroponic. Because it seems like some seriously good shit that you're on, my friend. Up the Wars TV. Got to go, Adam. Bye, Joe. Bye, Plum Plum. Bye, Theo. Up the Wars TV. Thank you for joining me, my Jedi friend. You enjoy school today. Have fun. Have fun on your day out. I mean, fancy that. You know, the day's sort of almost ending at this neck of the woods, and Up the Wars TV is off out. It's off out, just starting the day. In fact, in a different timeline. It's a different date for Up the Wars TV. They're in the future. Back in the future. That is pretty impressive. Pretty impressive stuff. Well, I appreciate it. Joe, hey, thanks. You've been very I hope you find the table you're looking for. This is not the table you're looking for. Fair play. Up the Wires TV. I have no school. It's spring. Spring break. Well, enjoy your day off, my friend. Enjoy. Enjoy. And I guess as it gets darker here, it's probably getting lighter for you. So you're going into the nice season. We're going into the darkness. Into the darkness over here. We'll soon be having the clocks go back, and then it will be really bleak. And then it's Halloween. Halloween. It's all good, friendly fun at this end, my Jedi friends. So, for those of you that are late to the party, which I'm sure there's a few, how I usually start these streams, I usually do a bit of energy stuff because I like people to generally feel better. But having said that, we never know where it's going to go. And I think this thread has really sort of shown that. I never know who's going to jump on. It's all good fun. Let's have a look. Up the Wires TV. Bye. It was light at 9 p.m. Yeah, it's fair play. Nice part. It's nice, the long days. I do like that about the spring over here. Having the long days. Yes, it's pretty dark and bleak in the winter, but the contrast is nice. See, I lived in Southeast Asia, around down in Koh Samui in Thailand for a while. And all year round, it gets dark round about the same time, give or take half an hour. There's not much variety. You don't see any contrast. So I actually missed the extremes of that when I was over there. So there you go. And let's see, Up the Wires TV. Love them. It's so cold in the winter. I bet it is. Probably skiing type weather over there, I'd imagine. Yeah, it gets a bit. It can get a bit chilly here, but then I've had somebody from Siberia in and talking about cold to them. It probably seems a little bit lightweight, I would imagine. A little bit lightweight. There's always somebody in the world experiencing cooler temperatures. So let's see. I have got an AI agent. What up, pal? Well, hello, AI agent. Not just any AI agent, an AI agent. Well, thank you. Thank you, my agenty friend. What up, pal? Well, I'm here appreciating a live stream with my AI agent friends and Up the Wires TV. In the summer, we got to 45 degrees C. Yeah, that's properly hot. That is properly hot, my Jedi friend. That would certainly heat you up. That'd give you something to think about, wouldn't it? The only time that I had temperature, well, there's a couple of times I did. Yeah, I've been in the desert a couple of times, but it was most pronounced. I happened to be in Alice Springs down in Australia one February. Now, February is not the time to be going to Alice Springs. It's right in the middle of their hot season. And it was 48 degrees in the shade. 48 degrees in the shade, and that was brutal. That was properly brutal. It's not the time to be traveling through the outback. I wouldn't recommend it. It's good fun. I'm glad I did it. I ticked it off my bucket list, but yeah, that's not the day. That's not the time to be doing that. So let's see. An AI agent says, "Are you currently at Ubon?" I don't know what Ubon is, my AI agenty friend. What is Ubon? Is it a place? Is it a time? Is it an alternative reality? I don't know. Is it a biscuit? Could be a biscuit. Up the wires TV. In the winter, we got to -20. Well, that is pretty brutal as well. So yeah, that is extreme temperature shifts from -20 to 45 degrees. Well, that'll definitely test you. You'll need clothes for all seasons when you're in a place where you swing between those two extremes. I'd say that makes life very interesting at times. Probably a bit more interesting than you'd appreciate at either extreme of those. But yeah, we don't get that. See, over here, the way it works in the UK, if we hit round about 25 degrees, it's like a heat wave. And if it hits 30, well, that's a warning. We get like warnings in the UK. Like if it hits 30, that's like insane. That's where everyone turns up pink. They all turn up pink. Let's see. I've got Dragon Ballfan 60 on that says hi. Well, hello, Dragon Ballfan 60. Lovely to have you here. I've got Jelly's YouTube HQ. Oh no, Jeff's YouTube HQ. Well, hello, Jeff's YouTube HQ. Hi from Scotland, everyone. Well, hello, my Scottish friend. Welcome to this little live stream. We've got Up the Wires TV. We have skiing here, so it's fun. A hot mince pie after you're done skiing is the best. Well, I bet it would be. Fair play. It's been a few years since I went skiing, that's for sure. And the last trip I did was to Austria, to the Austrian Tyrol. But skiing is good fun, absolutely. I've not done it for a few decades, though, I have to be honest. I've got Linzarella in the house, one of my Jedi friends. Hi, Adam. I thought I'd say hi to not staying. Hi, gave you like not staying. I'm tired today. And enjoying Sons of Anarchy. Well, that is a legendary thing, Sons of Anarchy. Yes, I enjoyed Sons of Anarchy. That is a good little show. So enjoy that, Linz. I'm sure you will enjoy Sons of Anarchy. And it'll give you some ideas of how to deal with your family as well. So, Jeff, I'm just chilling. Well, fair play to you, Jeff's YouTube HQ. There's nothing wrong with that. That is a winner. I've got Vida Sharma in the house. It can be 25 degrees, then rain heavy for the next 3 minutes, but sunny again, and then cloud. And then the next day, that sums up the UK. Absolutely, Vida. We love to complain about the weather. We love to. That's what we talk about. It's our favourite subject in the UK, is the weather and whinging. We love to whinge about the weather. That's like a national activity. We do it a lot. Linzarella, I've got 3 little smiley faces. You'll know when you get to the episodes, Linz. You'll know what I'm talking about. You cannot beat it. It's good fun. Yeah, I enjoyed Sons of Anarchy. I did. And also you've got, once you finish that, you've got Mayans as well, which is pretty good. It's same, but different, as they say in Thailand. So there you go. You've got a follow-up. Got a follow-up. It's very similar. Not quite as good as Sons of Anarchy, but still well worth a watch. Mayans. You go Up the Wires TV, New Zealand, at the UK. And the UK at the same size, we have 5 million people. We've got a few more Up the Wires TV because they're arriving on boats every day. We're probably up to about 75, 80 million at the moment. It's a free-for-all over here. Anyone's welcome, and they get a hotel when they get here. So it's all good, friendly fun here. We're increasing our population every day. Every day, it's all good fun. Linzarella, oh fab. Yeah, you are in for a good one, Linzarella. You'll like that for sure. Up the Wires TV, got to go now. Bye. Well, fair play to you, Up the Wires TV. You were going a few minutes ago, but you stayed. So appreciate your extra time. That was very good of you. Thanks for the like. Thanks for dropping by. Enjoy your day, my Jedi friend. So that's where we're at. So there's all sorts going on, friends. I thought I'd just check in with you. I thought I'd give you a reminder to keep your energy high. That's really what the vibe of this this live. That is the vibe of the live that I aimed to give you today. To just a little reminder. So Up the Wires TV. Well, you have like 5 different country in the UK. That makes sense. Well, we do. I suppose we do traditionally. So we've got the this is the distinctions that people don't realise. So we've got Great Britain, which is England, Scotland, and Wales. Then there is the United Kingdom, which is the Northern Ireland plus Great Britain, and people get that distinction wrong. Difference between the United Kingdom and Great Britain. So there you have it. Except Ireland is a contentious issue that goes back over 300 years. Since the Prince of Orange wreaked havoc on the Irish. Yes, we had a bad rep back in the day. That is just the way that we rock here in the UK. When you're a tiny little island like this and then you learn to sail, that can be havoc for the rest of the world, which is pretty much how it went down. It's pretty much how it went down, my Jedi friends. I've got Lazy Crown in the house. Who's your favorite band or artist? That is a great question. And it's a tough one to answer because there's been some great bands and there's a few of them up there. But I think it's hard to argue that there were, Queen were just brilliant back in their day. Freddie Mercury, great entertainer, great energy, and cutting edge music at the time. But then you've got like David Bowie, he was the same. So many legends there. I loved Fleetwood Mac back in the day. I'm probably showing my age now, but they adjusted so well. And, I used to go to some like high energy stuff. Back in the day, I watched Eurasia live. They were wild. I didn't think I'd ever be there. I had to jump into one of them. But yeah, I don't really have a favorite. I've lots that I like, but I don't really have a favorite. How about yourself? How about yourself, Lazy Crown? Who's your favorite? Let's see. Up the Wires TV. English, Wales, Scotland, Ireland. Absolutely. Up the Wires TV. Ed Sheeran. Yeah, good choice. He knows what he's doing. Up the Wires TV. Bye for the 3rd time. Well, fair play, Up the Wires TV. You have stayed. You've given us extra time and penalties by this stage. This is a football game. Lazy Crown. I saw Queen with Adam Lambert a couple of years ago in Birmingham, and they were so good. Well, fair play to you, Lazy Crown. I bet that was a great concert. I bet it was great. Let's see. Kamajit. Angel means sense through which you, self, soul, guys, information. Well, Kamajit's really coming at it. He's downloading all sorts from the ether right now. And Lazy Crown says, the White Stripes are my all-time favorite. Well, fair play, Lazy Crown, because Seven Nation Army, I mean, I used to go, went to a couple of Tony Robbins events. He always plays Seven Nation Army. And that will get everybody going. Another song like that is Knowles Barkley singing Crazy. Now that's another high energy song that really gets people like really bumping up and down, back in the day. So I used to go to 80s discos back in the day. They were great fun as well. High energy, great fun to dance to. Yeah, all sorts of good stuff. Let's see. What have we got? Kamajit. Evil. Satan comes through body. I'm starting to worry about you, Kamajit. Body is animal. You're getting a bit repetitive, has to be said. It's almost like whatever the substance you're on makes you forget that you've already said this stuff. But I will read it out nonetheless because we're all entitled to a little bit of rogue dabbling every now and again. I judge not, lest ye be judged. So I will not judge it. I would just say whatever it is you're taking, enjoy it. Lazy Crown. It's mad how big that song got. Literally everyone knows Seven Nation Army. Absolutely. Well, I mean, it was made very popular. Anyone that ever went to a Tony Robbins event was all that's how they used to pump up the energy of the room. Great song for it. You'd only need to hear the first couple of bars of the song, and everybody's sort of raising their energy. Yeah, it's a cracking song. It really is. I don't know a lot of their other stuff, but I mean that's certainly one that I do know, and it is very impressive. It will raise your energy. It will certainly raise my energy if I hear it. So it's a good call. It's a very good call. I mean, any band that makes you feel energized or happier or um, winner, an absolute winner, my friends. That is great energy. Dancing is a great energy. Something good that is good for you. So it is the double win. It is a double win, my friends. So I'm looking at the time now. I could be a bit cheeky because Liverpool are playing in the Champions League tonight, and I am going to go and watch it, my Jedi friends. So I'm going to sign off very shortly. If any of you wish to leave any closing comments, I will read them out. Of course I will. Of course I will. Thank you to all of those that have joined me on this stream. And I just want to thank all of the new subscribers as well. Everybody that's liked this thread, appreciate it. Kudos to you, my Jedi friends. That is very kind of you to like it, because the algorithm doesn't really like my channel very much. Lazy Crown says, who are Liverpool playing? Now, I think it's Galatasaray. I'd be a liar if I said that I knew for sure. I only found out late that they were playing. I think they're away to Galatasaray, which is a fairly hostile stadium. And let's face it, after the debacle against Crystal Palace at the weekend, I'm not expecting much. I actually think they'll bounce back. I hope they'll bounce back. I'm hoping that they'll bounce back, my Jedi friends, but you never know. Anyone that's not a Liverpool fan, hoping that they don't bounce back and they go down. And as a Liverpool fan, where people start hating Liverpool again, because there's only one thing worse than having loads of haters, and that's being so bad or mediocre that people stop hating you as a football team. So there you have it, my friends. I shall leave you with that note. Thanks everybody for jumping on. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for everyone that got involved in the chat. Until the next time, my friends, you all stay energized and have fun. Energized and have fun. That is your mission, should you choose to accept it. And on that note, I shall wish you all a good evening, good day, good afternoon, wherever in the world you may be.